Hey everyone, I'm Megan from AbelCine, and here with me today now is Rainer from Leica CW. And we're talking about the latest lenses in their Leica Summicron line that were announced this year, right, NAB 2016. So what we have with us right now is the 40mm Summicron-c lens, and we're showing it on the red weapon because it has a great and large coverage, right? We can coverage 6K on the red weapon, open gate with a Leica Mini, Leica SXT. So Rainer, just to get started, why don't you tell me a little bit about the differences between the Summicron lenses and the Summilux lenses for our viewers?
Yeah, well, hello everybody. Well, thanks a lot, Megan, for being here. Yes, here we show the 40mm Summicron. We have the 40mm Summicron because a lot of people ask for that. It's a very special focal length that people do like, and that we also had in the Summilux set. The Summilux set was our first professional set that we put on the market for Leica as a Leica Cine product. Leica lenses have been on the market for a long time as photo lenses, and they always became rehoused because Leica lenses have a very good reputation for their image quality, for their the special way they present skin tones, and the special way they just show an image.
Right.
So cinematographers always wanted to work with Leica, so we started with the Summilux. The Summilux is, name Summilux says it, people from the photography side will know Summilux is also a Leica brand name. Summilux means it's between 1.2 and 1.8. So our Summilux set, I don't have one here, but the Summilux is over 1.4. Right. We have a complete set starting from 16 to 135. Well, what can you say about the Summilux? I think the whole world knows about the Summilux.
We can talk about the differences. So I know the Summicrons are
The
lighter.
difference is the Summicron is a 2.0. They have a kind of a different optical design. The Summilux are very special. They are small with a 1.4. I would say the Summicron are more the workhorse lenses that you can use also for film, for feature film and for commercial TV shows. They're just a very simple, very good lens with a nice bouquet, with all the nice features that you have from a Leica lens, but it's not the complete advanced technology that we had to use for the Summilux lenses, which is also featured by the price.
Right. So they're lighter weight and also shorter, right, as far as the form factor?
They're shorter, they're lighter weight because there's less glass inside. They have, but like all the other lenses, I mean, they have the same, the distances between the measurements, that's always the same. Mm-hmm. The Summilux lenses do have a special focus scale where you have the same distance throughout the whole focus range. You don't have that here.
Right. And I know the T-stop is T2 across the board.
It's a constant T2.
And now we're 11 lenses in this line, right?
We have 11 lenses here. We just introduced now the 40mm, which we can start shipping in May. That means more or less from now. And we also are very happy that we have, that we can announce a 15mm. So this one here is a mock-up, very shiny mock-up. It looks pretty real, but it is a mock-up. But what you can see here, it's only 2 centimeters longer, so the whole range of the Summicron lenses, they all have a 95mm diameter, which is very nice. The 15mm will be available, or will start shipping in October.
Right, okay. Nice, and they're a nice fit for camera mobility, which is obviously very popular
Yes,
now.
I mean, you see it, I mean, the weapon, the Dragon or the weapon, they're both very small cameras, and there you see also a bit the advantage of a Summicron lens. I mean, these cameras are very sensitive cameras, very strong. So the 1.4 you would only need because you really want to have that. Otherwise, the cameras are sensitive. A T.2 is absolutely fine. They're very light, and so if you use it with this one, or with the Leica Mini, it's a really good match. Right. It looks really nice.
Also because of the coverage. So can you tell us a little bit about the image circle and
future? Yes, our Summilux lenses have a coverage of 34mm, and the Summicron have a coverage of 36mm. So if you go 6K on the Dragon, on the weapon, you can go from 18 to 135. You cover the complete sensor without any vignetting. If you want to do the same with the Summilux, you need to. It starts with the 35mm. Okay. All the others have a small vignetting in the corners.
Got it. And I also know all of the gears are in the same place, right?
Yeah,
Iris
absolutely.
and focus.
Yeah. Even when you swap between Summilux and Summicron, it's always the same as well. So it's very convenient to be on set.
So if you're switching lenses for studio fall focuses or wireless fall focus, that's why that's important.
Absolutely, yeah.
Nice.
That's what
for
we want.
camera assistance.
Maybe one last difference. Here you see, I mean, this is a lens that you see many times. What is so special about the Summilux? There, for example, there the mount is made of titanium. It's very soft, it's very nice to work with them, but once again, using titanium for that kind of lens just shows how special the Summilux lenses are.
Nice. And then also Leica introduced a new diopter technology. They have the Macro Lux +1 diopter, which Rainer brought with him today. So tell us a little bit about the design of this macro and the concept behind it.
We were always, we always try to look how we can achieve to get the attention from DOPs and to make their life simpler. We spend a lot of time talking to them. And DOPs, they have certain kind of toys. One of it are diopters. Even so recently, they fell a bit out of it. So why do we do a macro diopter? Well, the reason is, okay, we don't have macro lenses, and we wish we would have macro lenses, but there's a certain limit of stuff you can do. But with a diopter, you can already achieve some nice results. So we thought, okay, we should get at least into one, because all the other diopters that are on the market, they all been either designed for film,
right,
or they've been designed for CCD. So we said, okay, let's start make a complete new design, and let's use the nice glass that we can get hold of, Leica glass, to make a new device which is really interesting for the guys. And so the optical design is very simple. Actually, it's not. It's one doublet lens, which is very special. It's one of the specialities from Leica. It's our glass, it's a Leica glass, and we do the mechanics in Germany as well. We also invented a double screw, so you don't have to see from the way you attach it.
That's nice.
And we also wanted to have it, from the other diopters, you had a +1, +2, +3, whatever. We wanted to keep it simple first and see how the market reacts to this one, so we just did a +1. And because the way the optical design works, you literally don't have light loss with this unit. If you measure it, you have a 0.02 AV light loss. That's a measurement, but you can't see it.
Right.
So even if you stack them up, you don't have a light loss. So what we did the other day, we just added a few more and show it to people. So here, I can put this one on this camera. This is a 40mm lens,
Let's
so this
switch
is
to
not
wanna switch
macro.
to
So
100?
let me switch it to 100mm. So this is not a real macro environment, but so it's very simple.
Well, that's actually one of the things I want to talk to you about, though, because traditional macro use is longer lenses, telephoto, tabletop, nature.
Absolutely.
But, it also opens the door for opportunities with wider lenses to throw off your focus in the background.
When we started all the testing and talking to the people, they said, well, having macro, that's really nice, but what you also can do with it, which is a very nice gimmick, you can change the depth of field. And so with the macro adapter, you can use it with the whole range of Summilux or Summicron or any other 95mm lens.
Right.
But you can change the depth of field. So if you're unhappy with your background and you have a situation where you don't have the space to move the camera around, you just adapt this one or maybe two of them, and then you just blur your background away and you have the image that you want with a very simple tool.
Right. Yeah, I think that's
what
great.
you can do.
Makes them very versatile for different types of shots.
Absolutely. But if you use a 75 or 100 or 135, that's where you talk about the macro, where you can get really close.
Right.
And then I have this nice thing that when I stack it up, if I'm not happy with this, if I want to go closer, I just add here now two more. And if I add two more, I don't lose any light. I just have a greater effect.
Right.
So if I really want to push it, I could add another 5. And then, of course, I probably have to open the iris a little bit more. The image that I will get is completely crazy. But it's a fairly simple system. So
have you tried 5 of them
That's what we
yet?
wanted to. We did it so far with 5, and it looked really funny.
Nice.
And we don't have more than 5 at the moment.
Right.
They didn't give us more for the show. Once I'm back in Germany, we will definitely make sure
great.
we want to try as far as we can go. But then we probably need to have a special system to hold them up, so we'll see.
That's true. One thing I like, though, about this concept of stacking is, let's say you're on set and you're choosing your macro shot and it's not close enough, right? So now instead of having to take, like you said, take the diopter off, putting another one on, this allows you to stack
Absolutely, and because you don't have to change iris all the time, you could just, you go with 1, with 2, and then you always go closer. So the more you do, even when you go with a 135 and the 3 of them, you really go in, and please, everybody, welcome to our booth, which is down the alley, approximately 2 miles, with a macro. Go there and take a look at it. there we have some small miniature figures, and with those one you can really get them full frame when we put the 3 of them.
Nice.
And sometimes when we can open the showcase, we can even do with 4, and it's just funny toys.
Amazing, yeah.
What's really sweet is use it with the wide angle ones to blur your background, use it with the long ones, and you really go macro. So I think it's a real nice toy to have with you all the time. Very
Definitely
necessary.
another tool for DPs to use for different types of effects.
It's just kind of stuff that they usually should have in a pouch with
Right.
them all the time.
So let's talk about availability for everybody, just so they know. When can we look forward to testing and checking out these?
Yes, with the
macro
40
lenses?
millimeter we start shipping in May, and the macro looks will start shipping in the next 2 to 3 weeks, let's say May as well. So
Okay.
both of that stuff will be available. The 15 millimeter will be available after IBC shipping in October.
Fantastic. All right, thank you, Rainer. Any last thoughts you want to tell me about with the lenses?
Sorry?
Any last thoughts you want to tell me about lenses or anything else?
No, what can I tell about lenses? I mean, our passion are the lenses. What we see with lenses is we think it's all about the lens. The other day I had dinner with a DOP, and I asked him, so what is with you about the lenses? He said, you know, you have to see the lens is the first time when you actually capture the image, at least with your eyes, and that's why the glass is so important.
Right.
And in those days where you have all different kind of cameras like GoPro or anything else, I mean, the only choice that I think that the cinematographer have is the glass. And you see
Right.
that. And every DOP has this different kind of glass, and that's the kind of passion they bring into that. That's the only thing they have, because all the rest became more like bits and bytes. So I
Exactly.
think lenses
Yeah.
are very important.
Well, it creates an
I think.
aesthetic, right? Like you said, everyone has
Yes.
their own aesthetic that's nice. Well, thank you, Rainer.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much for joining me and taking time to come here today. I look forward to seeing these lenses soon. And thanks everyone for watching. Catch you soon.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.